Ladies and gentlemen, support for this podcast is brought to you by Market Squawk, powered by livesquawk.co.uk. For all of your on-demand data needs, the life that we live now is pretty much a simulation. You may as well punt some crypto, shot some gold, do a little bit of lumber, make a little bit of peas. Why not? Support for this podcast is also brought to you by xbrain.co.uk. Enter promo code Fighting Words to save 30% off your order. We are joined tonight by the one, the only, dashingly handsome Fabio Wardley. Hello, boy.
Oi,
Welcome
oi, how
back.
we doing? How we doing?
I'm all right. You've had quite a big day. I've seen a picture.
Busy
Uh,
day. Busy day.
yeah. How are you finding the commute down to Essex? Because I could see you being one of us. I could see you. I've seen some of the garms. You don't mind a bit of ankle on display.
Yeah, no, I do show off a bit of angle, a little bit of breeze down there. That might
Yeah.
partly be due to how tall I am, so I can't really find trousers my size. But I'm glad that fashion's moved my way. To be fair.
Wait, that is one. When you come onto the call, that is exactly what I was saying. I was saying like, so Fraser looks like he's slightly bigger, taller wise than AJ,
Yeah,
right? And then TKV was surprising. Like I didn't think TKV was like that big. He's not
yeah.
small either. And then
Nah,
you seem like you're slightly taller than the pair of them. And then I watched the IFL of you and Joyce together. And number one, Joyce's head is impossible. Like his head is the biggest head I have ever seen in humanity. That geezer he must be 8 foot. Like
he's a big boy.
he really was, wasn't he?
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. I think it. To be fair, even the picture probably says and do it just. I think it goes TKB, me, then Fraser. I
Okay.
think. I
It
think the
looks the
one
other way round.
about.
Nice. How was that then? Big Fraser's he's a bit of a geezer, isn't he?
Yeah, no, he's a good lad. It was the first time I ever sparred him today.
Yeah.
So he's obviously prepping for his own fight, which he's got in about a week or two. Obviously,
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting ready for mine.
3.5, right?
Jamie's on the day after.
Yep, he's on the boxer show, the Ali
Jamie's
Pally.
on the day after me. So it works for all of us. To be fair, we're all bang in the middle of camp. I sparred Jamie Lowe's, to be fair, in the last few weeks or so, or even in previous camps and stuff as well. So we're quite familiar with ourselves. But Fraser was the newest to
Mm,
the for me, anyways. Newest for me to try out and see how it works. But it was good. Good rounds.
yeah. How are you
Yeah,
finding the BD Performance Center? Are you enjoying it? Is it all
yeah,
going
I'm
quite
loving it.
well?
I'm loving it, to be fair. Because like it's nice to because it's proper like boxing gym vibes. Like
Mm,
there's other fighters there training for big fights. There's like world class fighters through and through the gym. Like people are training at a high level, but also like it's just like a good laugh, good crack because there's different people going through camp and different personalities and stuff there. Like the format twins are absolutely nuts. Like they're a good laugh. Like everyone there is just on a good vibe, but also on a very it's a good laugh, but also it's extremely focused. Like everyone
yeah,
is kind of dead set on what they're doing. Like the process is, it's all very regimented, all very drilled. And
like that.
because I'm kind of quite late to the pack as well,
Mm,
everyone's already gone through a lot of their kind of paces, their drills, and whatever else. So I can kind of, as I'm learning, I can talk to them about it, and they can point me in different bits and bobs. So it's good to be there. Wholly, it's a great learning experience. I'm loving it. I'm really loving it.
that's wicked. How so? I need to know how badly does Rob hate you? So
Rob, oh my coach,
you
Rob.
yeah, you're kicking him over like that's one of the funniest videos because this latest one, like we all love seeing him fall over.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
the latest one, kicking the box at him, and he just went like he just collapsed. It was like someone just turned him off.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Literally, he got sniped. It just
Yeah,
out of nowhere. Someone just took him out. But that was the point of it. Like I only nudged it towards him just to like kick it at him, like a little dig, not to wipe him out. And then like he hit the floor and he just laid there, and I was looking at him like, just
mate.
what has happened to you?
Yeah, I don't get it. What are you gonna make him get tattooed on you when you get the British?
Yeah, I haven't actually done that yet. I haven't run up a deal or anything with him. To be fair, his English title tattoo is quite big, so I might just leave him there. I might let him have it.
What until world honors?
I think yeah, I think World would be the next one, something like that.
World honors, you got to make him do a Mount Rushmore of your face 4 times.
I'll get him some sort of Mike Tyson or something like that. He's getting like FW on the side of his cheek or something.
You can't be, oh, mate. you can't be making him you can't be making him do face. That's not fair.
In the face
You can't
tats
be
on.
kicking the poor geezer over, yeah, and doing face.
Maybe go as far as neck.
Yeah, just so you can see it, because he always wears a shirt as well, so you can never actually see it. But because even we both forget it's there as well, and then every now and then I'm like, lift up my arm, and it's like, oh, and I'm like, hey, there it is, still there, just checking.
Love that. How buzzing were you for it to finally get made? Because we've spoken a few times. This has been ongoing for a while, you and Gorman. And
Yeah, it has. Yeah, it has. It's been quite I say long-winded. Don't get me wrong. I've had my eyes set on it for a long period of time.
Yeah.
In terms of me and Gorman getting made, it was not like to actually make the fight wasn't hard at all. That was easily done. Both of us wanted it. We know what we wanted. Easy done. It's just all the kind of little bits in between. Like he wanted a few fights to warm up. I had an injury I needed to sort first, so there was just a few little delays on either side, just bouncing back and forth before we could both of us go right. Yeah, cool, we're good, we're in a great place. But that was all really. And obviously, as well as Joyce holding on to it for quite a while, added to the delay slightly. But in terms of when we was all saying like ready, go, yeah, everyone was just switched on, done, easy peasy.
See, he's a big boy as well, isn't he? He's a fucking unit. Have you done anything with him before? You sparred him, or you trained with him at all?
I spent a month with him up in Manchester when he was getting ready for the Dubois fight. So obviously his first time around having got the British title, funnily enough. So that was good. I don't know, 2, maybe 3 years ago.
That's a long time ago for you.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
For especially the both of us in kind of the early stages of our careers, we're both developed very differently. Into very different fighters. So yeah, there's not really much to take from that.
No.
Like there's not really much to do with it. It was rounds, and to be honest, I don't remember half the rounds, to be honest. Like, I don't remember how they were going. So it's not really nothing I'm gonna draw back to or really try and analyze or anything like that. I'm not really I try not to bother myself with especially things that far in the past.
For sure.
I'm not going to try and focus on that because on the night I'll be looking at a completely different Nathan Gorman, and then I'll just be spun.
But I suppose at least if you've felt, because my mate Big Steve has sparred Gorman, and he said like he's proper heavy-handed. So at least you've got a gauge of what he has to work with. Just obviously 2 years ago is 2 years ago, but the power is the power, right? You kind of are born with it. So at least there's that.
That's the thing. If you've got it in your hands, you've got it there. He's always, don't get me wrong, all heavyweights are pretty big and hit pretty hard, but he carries a bit of weight as well, so there's weight behind his shots, and he can put his punches together pretty well as well. He can whip his combinations together pretty well, so he's got a bit there, definitely.
Yeah. I didn't want to ambush you, but I might have to Geordie you a little bit later. We might have to, you know what he did with like Tyson. I might have to just ask some hard hitting questions.
Oh,
just because,
true,
just because I fancy being a bit of a journalist for 25 minutes. You know what I mean?
All the same, so I don't care.
That's all you can do, isn't it? At that point, that's literally it. So, I need to know from you.
Yeah.
What was it like when you saw TK? Because TKV texted me today.
Yeah.
And that he was just like, I just had to bants Frazer a little bit because they had their little bit of beef, didn't they?
Yeah.
Was they quite funny?
So I don't know the backstory. I don't know what went on. I don't know whatever they had between them. But obviously, I'm up there training with Ben a lot. And when I was going to organise sparring for me and Frazer, we was going to do it at that gym. But then I spoke to Barry, Jamie's coach, saying, well, Barry kind of said to me, he was like, oh no, Frazer and Jamie have had a little something in the past or something. But I didn't know anything about it. I didn't know what had gone on, what happened or anything like that. And funnily enough, today I got to the gym a little bit later than we were set to like kind of start off. So then when I walked in, like Ben was like, it's all gone wrong. And I was like, what were you on about? He was like, as soon as Fraser come in the door, him and Jamie had it off. Like they went off at each other. I was like, what? Nah, surely not. They're like, no. I was like, for fuck's sake. But no,
we had him on the other night, and he said that he was like, they were just like texting and ringing each other, just hatred for a bit. They're kind of cordial and basically, as far as I can gather, TKV's debut was like Frazer's third fight, second or third fight, and I think TKV didn't have that impressive. Like he won every second of it, but the Giz was proper tough, and he just didn't fancy it. Like he just didn't. He wasn't there to go out. Where Frazer did get him out, and for whatever reason, he got on the mic immediately afterwards and started mugging off Jamie. And then Jamie had the right pox about it. Then they went back and forth a little bit. And then Jamie's that guy, isn't he? You know, like Jamie's...
Yeah, Jamie's game as fuck. He don't care.
Yeah, Jamie's that guy. Like, Jamie will drive up to Loughborough. Like, he's... and like, he's not scared. Like, the geezer's dad... When your dad is a Congolese elite commando, a national wrestling champion, you fear nothing.
You're not bothered. There's nothing.
You're not bothered
about
at all. You know what I mean? And what is he, like, 1 of 7? All of them have national athletic honours. You're like, you're just not fast.
Not bothered at all.
But then, when we spoke to Frazer about it, he was like, "Yeah, I kind of thought it was a little bit of liberties when I watched the interview afterwards. I was a little bit, I don't know. I don't know what got into me. I just fancied it, and it's just like respect, guys. Respect.
Sometimes you have those moments, especially after a fight. You're all pumped up and whatever, and you're just like saying whatever comes out of your mouth.
Yeah, exactly. So now you're doing. So what's the arrangement now? You're using Ben or Barry as like an additional coaching. Well, it's extra eyes, isn't it? It can only improve.
Yeah, an extra brain in the corner. It's Ben that we're working with. So me and Rob, I'll spend a couple of days a week with Ben, and then I'll be back in Ipswich as well doing my own stuff. But even when I go to Essex and train with Ben, Rob comes as well, my coach, obviously, because I want to make sure that it's not 2 separate bits of information, 2 separate bits of training. Sure. I want to make sure everyone's on the same page. So if we're going through stuff as a trio kind of thing, then we can discuss it, plan it as a 3, not, oh, one person thinks this one day, and then I come back on the next and go, oh, no, so-and-so told me to do this. And then I don't want all of that. I want it all to be clear, concise, on the same page. Everyone knows exactly what they're doing. Everyone's pointing in the same direction. So if we have any, not disagreements, because we don't, but like if we have different viewpoints, we can clear them up then and there, as opposed to bouncing back and forth and getting stuck in the middle.
I like that. What's like the biggest thing with Ben? So we had people on here that talk about like the video viewing and the packs that he does and stuff like that. He's like incredibly analytical. He seems to be. Is that something that you're seeing as like the main addition?
Yeah, it's just details, questions and answers. Like there's so many scenarios as to, like, nothing is wasted. You don't do nothing for no reason. You're not just doing it to do it. You're not technically, you're not just landing a punch just to land that punch. You're not worried about that initial movement. You're not worried about that initial kind of sequence. It's all about later. What does this do for later? What are you doing now that means so-and-so, etc. for later? And me in particular slowing me down, because I try and, or at least through the processes, I've tried to rush through. Like, say we set up a scenario, a combination, whatever, I'll try and rush through where I need to be more composed and more relaxed in certain situations, and just boom, 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 go through, take a second, go again. There needs to be that separation, that divide in certain things that I do. So they're probably the biggest things for me in particular, that I've noticed. But I love all the little technical details. Like, even when he tells me I'm doing something wrong, I start smiling, because he'll tell me the answer, and I'll be like, oh, fuck, actually, that makes loads of sense. I'm like, oh, fucking hell, actually, yeah. Like, even though he's like, no, that's not how you do that. You're not supposed to do that. And then he'll go, you do this because of this and that. And I'm like, oh, yeah, fuck, actually. So it just, since we've like all started working together, it's all just clicked very well.
I love that. Like, I think, when was you at last? It was a Pulev Delboy card, right? Is it that card? I saw your last fight. We was there.
July? Was it Pulev?
Yeah. It's like 02, right?
Yeah, it was the 02.
That was Pulev, right?
I think so. I can't remember. Yeah,
it was like a blonde guy, or
it was Chris Ely.
Yeah, he like came out of, he was like a late replacement or something, and like respect to him for doing it. Yeah, but like for me, you are the single most spiteful of all of that. Like, you can see when you could just, there's something in it. Like, when you're watching it on the screens, you can just see the eyes go, and it's just like,
Everyone
Jesus,
says that. I don't think
yeah,
either. I don't think like everyone says, "Oh, I just see that switch in your face," and then
yeah,
it's like,
you
I don't even
proper
notice.
spiteful. Yeah, no, you proper. Like it's one of my, it's normally when something either comes close enough where you think, how dare you, or something kind of just touches and you just think, oh fuck that, you're having this
That's what
now.
everyone says. Everyone thinks
Yeah,
it's like everyone says it's like the "how dare you" look. Like I'm in the ring, like, and I'm almost like, "What the fuck are you doing, trying to hit me?" Like in the
that's
ring, like what is on?
100%. That's what it is.
That's funny.
But yeah, that's how it's going. So with the strength and conditioning side, I can see you're repping the boxing science. Still doing all right. They used to charge me 20 quid a month and then they just stopped one day. Now they just relentlessly send me emails about, have you listened to my podcast? Have you done this? Have you done that? It's just like, no, mate.
On your
Cheers,
case.
cheers, Danny. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I know, Danny. He's fucking spamming me all day, every day.
yeah, he loves it, doesn't he? You still absolutely and utterly crushing it in the weight room.
I am doing pretty well, to be fair. I am doing
Yeah.
pretty well. Like I said, I had an injury which I was sorting out, but now that's fixed up. I'm
Mm.
back at pretty peak performance, to be honest, smashing the numbers, the results and stuff. So I'm buzzing with the work we're getting done, to be fair. And it's like I've worked with Danny for three or
Quite all
so,
right. Yeah.
2 or 3 years now. So we've got a good relationship as well. And he knows me now and knows my body, so knows where we can push and why we can really kick on in certain areas and
Yeah.
kind of strengths in certain bits that we can really double down on.
You're looking like, obviously I'm a man that enjoys looking at men. I've got no shame on that. I've got 2 kids. I do what I want. But you are looking thicker, like
Mm,
fuller. It's I would say more rounded is what you would appear
yeah,
to be.
I'm hearing that a lot as well, and I haven't really changed um, anything too much. Really. I'm not particularly eating much more. It's a
Mm.
similar training schedule to what I've always been on, so I don't know. Maybe it's just that I'm able to push myself more in these sessions. Like I say, because I've removed a slight hindrance I had, I'm able to just crack on.
What was the injury?
It's probably that combination of it as well. Like you've been doing the
Yeah.
same training repetitively. Like I think it was the last weight session you put up on smashing the weights deadlift.
Mm.
If
Yeah,
it's the same weight
I've always
repetitively, then it's
deaded.
always going to get stronger and stronger each camp.
Mm.
Yeah, I've always deaded pretty heavy, so that's something we've like again focused on this camp as well because I'm able to generate a lot of force through that.
Mm.
Other movements as well, which are now able to progress in. So I'm loving it, to be fair. And I like, don't get me wrong, I like that aspect as well. Like of just picking up something heavy, putting it down again, pick it up, put it down. Like the simplicity of it, I quite enjoy. Don't get me wrong, there's other loads of little aspects and stuff that he throws in there and
Mm.
different movements and more complicated, simpler stuff that we have to do. But when it gets down to just the real simple kind of, there's an heavy object, pick that up, put it down, repeat. Like I quite enjoy that.
Nice. This is the year of the British title clash, in it really. We've got the
Oh yeah,
domestic dons. We
oh
really
yeah.
have. Our designer is currently working on some old school. Do you remember? I mean, how old are you, Fabs? You're what, 28, aren't you? You're like
27.
young,
Well, actually,
27.
yeah, I'm 28. I'm 28 in December, so not far.
So you probably like sticker books weren't that big of a deal, but we're working on domestic dons sticker book. We've got like you, we've got Denzel Bentley. We've obviously we kind of got some stickers loading up on like Dalton Smith versus Casey Benjamin because only one of them was willing to come on the podcast. So obviously one of them doesn't get the shiny. And
Yeah, yeah, of course.
hey, listen, Dalton don't want to pick up the phone. It's all good. Casey's it's all right. It's all right. But yeah, this is the year for that. Like in recent memory, I don't think there's been a bigger year for the British title, and to end it like early December, end of November with a heavyweight British title handover, it's fucking huge.
Yeah,
You must be
definitely. It's
absolutely buzzing.
yeah, no, I've been dying for this, and it's such a big fight and such a big moment for me in my career. And I fucking love these moments. Like I love
Yeah.
there's weird whatever is kind of strange in my sound. I love like the pressure of it. Of like people keep going. It's big though. It's like it's a hard fight. It's important. I'm like, yeah, I know. I fucking love this shit. Like
Hmm.
it's great. Like it's the shit I buzz off. Like I need that. I like that little bit of nervous energy. I like that little bit of shit. Like this could go south. Like I live for that. Living on the edge of that realm of just a little bit of enough fear to just get you through, kind of get you over the hump.
Yep, for real. And for yourself, it's just brilliant not to hear that the past comes up anymore. No one talks about white collar anymore.
Yeah, true.
It's all done and dust. Well, no, they do talk about it, but they talk about it with women's boxing now, don't they? They talk about like the queens, boxer size to world champion,
Yeah, yeah,
white
yeah.
collar to world. That's all good. That's all super yas queen. But when it's a guy doing it, nah, I'm not having that.
Not so much.
Nah. What do you think about this weekend? Speaking of that, you got your stable mates are all on a massive card in Abu Dhabi, aren't they?
Yeah, yeah, a big old matchroom card on at the weekend. Bivol back out again. Zelfa Barrett's out.
I
Chantel.
love Zelfa.
I do as well. I'm a big fan of him. I'm a big fan of
Mm.
him. Big fan. I just like. I'm proper. Like I really like the way he just whips his shots. Like
Yeah.
I'm almost like jealous. Like I wish I could. I can't figure that technique. I don't know how he does it like that. It's probably due to his frame a bit as well. But I look at it with awe. Like I wish I could fucking whip a left hook like he can, and like them bolo body shots that he throws and stuff like that. I wish I could get those off, but I ain't got it in me.
He's just angry, isn't he, as well? He's one of them guys. He's
Spiteful.
just angry.
Again, another spiteful
super
one.
spiteful.
Yeah.
Whips to me and like puts his whole body and talk into it, and I love it. It's great to see.
And obviously Chantel. How can anyone not love Chantel?
Mm.
She's like, let's just hope she gets her undisputed. She finally gets a little bit of. She's got to be one of the most established fighters in the female scene out there that really doesn't get like she's got all of like she's lineal champ. She's 2 belt holder. She just gets no love whatsoever. It's Libby's. I don't know what you don't even.
Not like crazy.
No, she doesn't even know what we asked her the other day. She was like, "Yeah, I don't even know what I've got to do anymore. I've just got to just carry on." She's given up on it. She's just like, "I'm just gonna do whatever."
I don't know. I just do what I've got to do. Just just keep going. But hopefully she'll get it sooner or later because she does deserve it.
Yeah, she really does. With back to your fight, obviously.
Mm.
Back with Gorman. So, what do you see about him in interview style? Obviously, we ain't here to fucking give secrets away or nothing. What do you see about him that is just like you look at that and you just go, it's just I'm just gonna do you. That's it. Is it his? He's not particularly slow for a big man.
No, he's not. I don't know if he has any like major flaws.
Yeah.
I don't know if I particularly look at him and go, "Oh, you're shit in that particular scenario." I'm gonna double down on that. Like I just look at it for what it is. I do with him and anyone really. I do my best not to kind of live in that almost false sense of security of he's shit at this, so that's where I'm gonna win. Like
yeah.
I feel like I'm better. It's better for me at least to go. Actually, he's pretty fucking good at this. Pretty good at that. He's well scored here. He's well drilled there. So I need to be on point here. I need to do this. I need to make sure I do this. Because I don't, especially going into fights, I don't ever, I do look at the other person, but not very much. Probably a very minimal amount. That's something I definitely leave to obviously now Ben and Rob for them to assess and relay the information to me. I just feel like in any and all fights, really, as long as I focus on me, as long as I make sure I'm fit, I do all my sessions properly, I train as hard as I can, I drill as hard as I can, I do everything I'm supposed to do. Obviously, I'll assess you through little bits and go, yeah, I think I can see a little something there, or I think what I do will counteract what you do in this particular situation, this particular scenario, then yeah, great. But I try not to go, that's where the chink in his armor is. I'm going for that. It's too one-dimensional for me.
Are you post-British? Would you go for the keeping of the belt, or would you immediately try to look on?
It's a hard one because
it would look good on the wall behind you. Honestly,
don't get me wrong, it would. It'd look great. It would look great, but also it's hard to get the fights that there at the moment are. We're in a weird. I say weird. We're in UK. Heavyweight boxing is in a great place. There's a lot of great heavyweights, but we're all in kind of a 3-tier system where you've got the one starting out. You've got
it's an hourglass.
You've got me, Nathan Gorman.
That's about it.
That's literally about it. Maybe.
Yep.
You might want to throw Cash Ali in there, maybe. Yeah. And then you've literally got the top boys, and that's it, really. So then, what do I do? Do I sit around and wait for them boys to come up? Do some of these boys prematurely have a British title fight? I don't know. Are them people coming up going to be the best kind of fights for me in terms of my development and testing myself against high quality people? Maybe not. There's different questions. So it's just something to assess next year, really. But I doubt it. I doubt it. Don't get me wrong. As much as great as it would look, doing enough fights to do that is probably a hard one to put together.
Yeah, for sure. I loved the I know it's a little bit shouty, but the interview you had via FL the other day with Joyce. Right, it's rare to have someone be that sort of candid and honest. Like, you know, he's a couple of years ahead of me. You can try and ask these questions for clicks all you want, but this is what it is. And to be fair, Joyce is that guy as well. He's just like,
Yeah,
I'm waiting for my world title shot. I'm probably have to wait until I'm 44 for it, but that's my path. Yeah, the poor geezer. What's he got? 2 years now, isn't he? Really? Let's be honest.
yeah, he's got a while. He's got a while. He's got a while to go. But it's just that's just the way it is. Like, it's stagnant at the top, and that's hence the reason why it took so long for me to get hold of the British. Is that there's a trickle down effect that it affects him, that then affects me, and then the people below me, etc. Blah blah blah. So you just kind of have to wait it out.
I suppose you could do the old school one. You could do British, then Commonwealth and European. Get all of the pre-world belts.
That's more what I'm looking at.
It's definitely going to be a much easier matchmaking there.
Yeah, definitely. That's where I'm kind of looking, because they're all in a similar kind of realm. British, Commonwealth, European, they're all kind of on a similar line. So that's definitely where I'll probably be looking after my after the British title into next year, and then look at what.
I could see you with the Commonwealth on the cover of Attitude in a pair of white Calvins. Strong. We'll up that fucking market cap huge.
I need to hire you as like my PR guy or something like that.
I'm more than happy to do this. I've already said to you, when you get that British, we'll do a calendar. We're like peak Burt Reynolds, just with the belt draped in certain positions. I'm about this shit. Christmas is coming. Yeah. Christmas is coming, son. We can do this. We got Dan Smith's people buy them for fun.
Season as well. We're ready for it. We can get that done up, sent out straight away.
There you go. I'm not going to keep you that much longer because I'm old and tired, and you're in full camp, and Jesse doesn't even look like he knows where he is, bless him. We don't even know where Jesse lives. He looks like he lives in a furniture shop, a wardrobe, a coffee shop. We don't really know where he lives. You know what I mean? You didn't want to say it, did you? But
he's got a little setup going.
He's got a little setup, yeah. But I mean, he could actually be in someone's TV cabinet.
Yeah. But
portable.
That's all part of the aesthetic.
It's all part of the mystique, isn't it?
Yeah. That's what makes it so appealing.
Yeah. Before we go though, should we have a little open and frank conversation about Kanye West's actions and the certain?
We can.
No. I don't think that's worked out for him or anyone. So let's not do that. Yeah, we're finally getting like 3 followers a week now. So you know what I mean. I don't really want to jeopardize that.
Let's not deter them.
No, guys. If we can be there, we will be there at OVO, because OVO's become like our fucking home in a minute. It's just
it's good.
Wicked venue, isn't it?
I've done it.
It's a nice venue
before, but I did it in like COVID pandemic, so there was no one there. Yeah, so it was a bit shit that way. But this, like even when I was there the other week, I was there at the weekend.
Yeah, we was too.
Obviously watching the boxing, and it was like buzzy. Like it's good. It's quite compact, quite on top of you. Like it's good. It's a good boxing venue, to be fair.
It really is, because like even the cheap seats,
it's like just almost small hall, right?
Yeah, it's like a big York hall.
It's got the same feel.
Yeah, it has, because the stands are quite sharp. Like they're quite high up, so it feels like quite enclosed, quite on top of you.
Yeah, like I said, mate, if we can be there, we will be there. And when I say if we can be there, children. Yes. I'll message you anyway, but best of luck. Thank you so much for joining us, mate. Really, really appreciate it. And
appreciate it, mate. Pleasure always. Happy to.
Kind of hope that you win 2022 Guest of the Year with the British. Let's be honest. Let's hope.
If I don't, I can fix.
Keys. Best of luck. Later, Fabs.
Cheers, guys. Thank you.